All right. Season 4, 3,
Episode
5.
5, I believe.
Yes, Sonia and Richard show. Fantastic. Welcome, everyone, to our podcast. What are we talking about today, Sonia?
So today I wanted to speak about our client journey, actually. So if you were to consider our services and would like our support, how that journey would look like, just for you to be able to envision that, and just understand a bit more about how we work and how we handle our clients and how your journey would be with us if you choose to consider working with us.
Cool.
Yes.
I like that.
Anything else you want just before we get into it, Richard?
No, let's jump in. Let's jump in.
Okay.
I'm excited.
So, if you're considering, working with us, the first step is to book our Ralph Risk assessment.
Yes.
We've called it Ralph Risk assessment because R stands for.
So we review.
And I is.
We interrogate. Let me explain that because people might misunderstand interrogate.
Okay.
So people have a situation. I've got too much inheritance tax. I'm scared about probate. I don't know. I want to create generational wealth. I'm not sure what the situation is. I just don't know what I don't know. I don't trust my previous advisor, blah, blah, blah. It's a situation. So we have to interrogate that situation to arrive at a problem. So that's what or agitate. So interrogate and agitate. So I'll ask more questions, get to the root of the situation, trying to find the root cause of why you're feeling the way you're feeling, which then arrives to the next letter, which is a solution as S. So once we arrive at a solution, and then we basically come to a conclusion, hence we create a report to provide a conclusion, recommendations, and everything else like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is the first step, booking your wealth risk assessment. And you've basically gone into the second step, which is the consultation.
Yeah.
That's how the consultation will work through those steps of the risk. It's just to look at your situation, your circumstances, give you the advice. But just before we actually go into the consultation itself, what we request is for you to fill out a questionnaire.
Yeah.
So this questionnaire will just allow you to break down some of the details in regards to like what your estate is looking like, what you would like to do. It will just give us a bit of an insight before we get to the consultation, just to save us some time. Because consultation is only 1 hour, and we don't want to waste time at the beginning covering things that you could have sent to us through the questionnaire, so we can get started as soon as possible. After the consultation, with our consultation comes a report.
Yeah.
Consolidated report that is produced, which would basically summarize everything that has been discussed in the consultation, and basically the advice that we gave you in the consultation will be written within the report as well. That's just for you to be able to reflect back on that and recap anything after the consultation, and if you're still happy to go ahead and you're happy with the report, after that stage is the instructions. Before I continue, do you want to add anything, Richard?
So when you get the report, as Sonia said, you got time to digest, may have further questions. We make sure that you're totally satisfied. We make the recommendations. You choose what recommendations you want to take. You might take all of them, you might take some of them. What we focus on is that you have the ability to make a choice. You're fully informed, so you can make an informed decision as opposed to just go with what we tell you to do. The reason why we emphasize that, because we get a lot of clients who've had wills done recently or a long time ago, and especially the recent ones, right? Well, weren't you asked this question? Weren't you asked that question? Wasn't this situation put to you? And they're like, no one mentioned it. And they expected things to be done brilliantly if a death event took place. So that's why we're very big on recommendations. And a question we get asked commonly, because we do, or frequently rather, because we give a lot of education. Oh, do you actually do the work? And yes, we do the work. We actually provide and draft. So when we go to the instruction stage, we're formally taking your instructions in order to draft your will, LPA, or whatever technical documents are required, your trusts, etc., for all the advice that we've given to come into action. All right, so that's where the instructions takes place, really.
Yes. Also, with the instructions, I think you've briefly covered as well. We'll be able to discuss, your wishes, beneficiaries, executors, guardianship, attorneys. All of that will be discussed in the instructions meeting. That's just an opportunity to break down to us exactly what you want to happen with this asset, where you want this to go, what you want to happen with your children. That's just your opportunity to basically lay everything on the table. And then after instructions, we'll have all that information ready to be able to draft the required documents for you.
Yep.
Yes. And then after that, now a major part is the storage. You have all your documents that are prepared for you, that are going to protect your wealth, help you create generational wealth for your loved ones. And the worst thing you'd want is for that to go missing or go into the wrong hands or to not be found. If the document cannot be found, it is deemed not to exist.
Yeah. For wills, that's dangerous.
Yes, very dangerous for a will. So the most important part to all of this process and this journey is to be able to have your documents stored in a suitable, safe, and secure place. Now, we offer our storage services, and they are £47 plus VAT yearly. You can choose that, or some they choose to self-store, which is okay, as long as if an event was to occur, that somebody's is able to locate those documents, and so you feel secure that it is in the right hands, and whoever has the documents can't, what's the word I'm looking for?
Tamper.
Yes, tamper.
Damage or interfere with the documents. Yeah,
somebody trustworthy. Very important. Is there anything else you want to add to that as well, Richard?
No, I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, storage is vital because people move. In fact, I had a client last week and they moved house and they shredded the will by mistake. It happens. All right. So so effectively they have no will now, because the original was destroyed. So it's that some people can't find their will. It's like stuck in documents or paperwork somewhere. And unfortunately, if a death event took place yesterday and your family members are rummaging around trying to find an important document so they know what to do next, know what your wishes are, not a good shout, Same with your LPA, same with your trust documents. It's really important that you just know where to locate them. And if there's a fire or something happens, at least you know that those documents are safe and from prying eyes and from third party. So that's what you really want to have the peace of mind for. That's why storage is very vitally important. So yeah.
And we always provide a copy of the will, but that copy is not the original at the end of the day. So if an event was to occur, you can't use that copy. Can you use the copy?
In some instances, the probate office may accept it. It's down to if the original cannot be retrieved, but because it's not your fault, it'll be a third party situation. Then there has been instances in the past where they will accept
the copy,
a certified copy of the original because it's come from a proven source. But that's not hard and fast rule.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's equity, right? If you've done all that you can to protect the document, then it's deemed as done. So if a third party who's reputable and insured had an event that meant that the original document could not be retrieved, then it's not your fault. So in only those rare instances would the probate office look to accept a certified copy of the original. But generally speaking, just make sure it's secured securely.
Yes.
Very, very important.
Yes, most definitely. And also, just to add, after you've had all your documents drafted and created and stored, you can come back if there's any major life events to update those documents. If you were to get married, divorced, widowed, new children or grandchildren to come into the mix, you can always have those documents altered or create a new one just to update that. So don't feel like once it's gone into storage you can't alter or create a new one. if you have any major life events that come through.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No, that's good. So we covered everything?
I think we have within client journey. If you have any further questions though, please do not hesitate to ask down in the comment section. I have tried to mention as much as we can the client journey. So maybe just to recap then. You book the wealth risk assessment. After that, you would have a questionnaire that you should complete at least 24 hours before the consultation. The consultation is an hour and the cost of that is £150 plus VAT. From there, if you're happy to go ahead, sorry, I'm skipping a step. Then you'll receive the report. From that, if you're happy to go ahead, we'll take on your instructions and draft your documents and have those created. And then that will be put in storage either by yourself if you choose to self-store or by us if our secure storage service. And then if you'd like to change your will or your trust or
just update, stay in contact with us. That's fine.
You can stay in contact.
There's one thing that we didn't really emphasize or talk about too much. I guess the back end process, which you're in charge of. So, because obviously myself or one of the advisors would speak to the clients, we'd get the drafting done. But there is a transition where it moves from the advisors to the administration team, which is very important. One thing is peace of mind is so valuable, and we want to make sure that our clients definitely have that. So we use communication systems very similar to like WhatsApp. It's called Clear for Clients. So rather than you on the phone, if you have a question, you can just send us a message. We get it through on our system. And Sonia and the team would definitely communicate with you, update you, ask further questions if you need anything more that may have been missed for whatever reason. So that back-end journey is actually very, very important because you're staying in constant communication with us. It's not just gone silent. And you know, 24/7, 365, well, not 365, but 24 hours a day, you know, you can send a message and we'll get that message and be able to respond to you very quickly. Or, you know, if you want to make a phone call and reach out to us, you got that option as well. And a lot of clients would really love that facility to be able to just communicate, stay in constant communication, have a track of record of what's going on, what's been said, uploading documents securely rather than sending emails. So security is a big deal. So all that goes on the back end. You may not see that, but it's actually, you know, very important. Keeping, you know, when we do the lasting power of attorneys, communicating with all of the attorneys if it's quite complicated, making sure that the document is robust, ready to go off to the Office of Public Guardian, all of the binding that is done adequately and sent off securely, so that the back end administration team, you know, they do a lot of hard work and staying in communication with you. So as a business, you always know that there's someone at the end of the line to call or to speak to. It's not just left to someone's device and you're waiting to get feedback. So that's also very, very important. So yeah, I wanted to kind of emphasize that as well. You know, it's not just left after the instructions. You know, we still stay in contact with you to completion. Everything's all finalized and finished. Yeah, we'll definitely keep you updated. Yeah, definitely. So that's so important to know. All right. So I think that's our journey in full. And the only thing I would emphasize is most people are not ready to just make that first step. And that's why education is key. So if you're not in our ecosystem, so to speak, please sign up to our newsletter, join the Once Academy, because, you know, we spend a lot of time educating you, giving you information, helping you to really identify any areas that you need to get protection for or get more understanding. Join our live webinars, our workshops, ebooks, and we're doing a lot more. And the emails that come out are really good. It's very educational. So again, our passion is to equip you, eliminate ignorance, financial ignorance, because it is very expensive, and allow you to then make the right choice, knowing that your peace of mind that your family will be protected because you've done everything you can to protect that wealth that you're working really hard for. Yeah. At the end of the day, okay, and we say, you know, business owners, you know, that's who we help. Specialize, we work with everyone, but everyone essentially pays taxes, and everyone deserves the right to create generational wealth. So why shouldn't you ultimately do it in the best way, knowing that you've got full control of how things are working? Yeah. So
Thank you. You hit the nail on the head of that one.
No dramas.
Well, thank you so much.
Yep. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Please do. We'll see you next week with episode 6, season 3, episode 6.
Yes. Fantastic.
Yes.
All right then.
Thank you.
Cheers, everyone. Thank you.